you need to pay homage or shut the up when my name is mentioned. That's a fact.
Oh, I never found you funny. I never found you entertaining. I never found you smart. I just found you annoying.
Time I come here for an interview, send my manager the talk points. I didn't know that this would be an utter complete waste of time.
You should have known that.
Longtime Hot 97 co-host Peter Rosenberg is a dedicated, knowledgeable hip-hop head making room for a new class of artists who deserve the leg up. But despite this, his high-profile beats with rappers and other guests and his loud mouth on the hip-hop radio waves have overshadowed his accomplishments and impact on the industry. Born into a Jewish family, Peter Rosenberg's path to becoming the popular radio host was unexpected. He grew up in a quiet suburb in Chevy Chase, Maryland, with a peaceful childhood. His parents sent their kids to Hebrew school and mostly listened to pop music like Billy Joel, Paul Simon, and James Taylor. Rosenberg's on-air outspokenness always tends to stir up trouble and compounded by the childish taunting of his guests and other rappers. From Nicki Minaj to Chuck D to Charlemagne, let's check out the many beefs of Peter Rosenberg. DJ Akademiks. Rosenberg and Akademiks have been beefing for a long time, but things are really heated up in 2020 after the Hot 97 host called Akademiks a talentless hack, and Akademiks said he'd like to fight Rosenberg. Now, the beef lost some heat until 2022 when Rosenberg waged in on the Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez in the Akademiks e-battle.
I'm glad you said. Oh no, you know I'm on your ass too. We ain't gonna let nobody. Ain't nobody slide today. Nobody slide today. I'm putting this on the. Yeah. I ain't letting nobody slide today. Nigga. I don't with y'all industry, nigga. I've been you. I never apologized to none of y'all. I ain't with y'all. I created my own. So good. I'm glad you said that. It's on now. Great. Here's the last conversation I had with you, Peter Rosenberg, when you thought I was pussy and you was like, yo, you only talk on the internet, this and third. And I hit you up and I said, nigga, if you really think I'm scared of you, we could meet up in box. I'm not doing it on no celebrity thing. I'm not getting you $1. Talking about YouTube and whatever. Hot 97 go out of business, you broke, nigga. Come on. I made more of 1 year of YouTube you made your whole career. Made more of this of Spotify than you made your whole career. I'm just a nigga. I'm that nigga. I'm sorry. They don't f with you. I'm the nigga. Sorry, I've been sunning the like you. Stop playing with me, boy. You a little nigga, bro, but I'll son you right now. I try to keep this. Listen, when a nigga topping, please, I try to keep all of this to my dog. I try to keep it to myself. I don't want to expose you like this because, bro, you just basically was saying, I'm not about that type of shit, whatever, this, that, and third. I show you every type of way. I told you, like, you a bum. I'm telling you that you work 3 times longer than me, and I'm telling you that I work probably 1/5 of what you ever did, and I'm still way more lit. You can't me no capacity. Doesn't matter. It's big act. Everybody know the fucking Vibras. You can't say shit. You need to pay homage or shut the up when my name is mentioned. That's a fact. Zero interest in that. I told you we could meet up and scrap. It's cool. Privately. We could get it in. Nobody has to know. If you claim that I'm so pussy because you say you sold me a complex and I wasn't trying to do whatever, we could meet up. Let's box. I will beat the brakes off of you, little nigga. Didn't want to do it. I ain't got no interest to fight. Look, I have an interest in taking advantage of your platform. Sucker. It's my platform. It's not yours. You show you big up and help a woman doing positive in Chicago. Don't try to get on my side. That's dope. I ain't no bad person. I help people that do fuck with me. But a bitch like you, you gonna realize I never responded to this shit. Look.
Rosenberg took to YouTube afterwards and came back to Akademiks with these comments.
People say they own their own platform.
What is that?
But it only airs on YouTube and Twitch. Do you own a piece of YouTube or Twitch I didn't know about?
You're a liar.
Last time I checked, you need to go through them. You developed your own software?
And they may, and by the way, you may have a deal with them, but guess what? They can cancel you at any time.
Bruh, he has the same deal that parents whose 10-year-old is really cute when he opens toys and the videos get 4 million each one. It's the same deal. Everyone gets the same deal. And by the way, I'm sure the money's good, but let's not pop off like when you're a boss when you sit in your basement playing video games.
No, I mean, some of them dudes make a lot of money.
That's
so
okay, but don't.
You taking my little moment and turning it. People out here, they doing their thing with that, man.
No, but don't say you're a boss. Ebro, you didn't even hear what he said.
No,
he said that he's exactly. He said that people like you and I were pawns. He's a boss. My question is, what are you boss of? Are you a boss at Twitch? Are you on the executive board at YouTube? What boss are you? Congrats, you make money. That's the whole point. Yes, we know that you propagate violence that actually happens. You take beefs between real people. You repurpose it on your channels. You talk about it. You hype it up and you hide in your basement. And you're paid handsomely for it. But the fact that that means I'm supposed to respect what you do, that's your contribution?
Losers.
Every once in a while you associate with some at best artist who's going to last for 5 minutes. That's what you do.
Akademiks then came back online and referenced Rosenberg's ex-wife, trashing him for her infidelity.
Let's bring that up again. Peter Rosenberg, I love violating. By the way, I heard you call one of my names trying to wave a white flag. Don't mention my name again. And I seen you supposed to retweet some when you throw me down. Never in your life you been. So let me point this out once again, all right? You was married to a bitch and a goddamn mail runner who worked at her job, some out of her, violated her, had videos of him, videos of her sucking his, and then you got tight. You disrespected and violated her, and you got rid of her. Now you got a new. Hopefully, your new bitch don't get another BBC. Don't you retweet nothing about me? You still slap you. Remember, I told you we could have boxed privately. Wasn't with the smoke. You don't hit up. I don't even want to say the name because that's my guy. Don't hit up no mutual friend of ours. Told me, oh, why is Act going crazy on me? I crossed line.
Nicki Minaj. Rosenberg's most notable beef took place in 2012 with rapper Nicki Minaj when she was scheduled to perform at the Hot 97 annual all-day concert Summer Jam. Rosenberg labeled her pop crossover hit Starships as one of the most sellout songs in hip-hop history. On one of the Summer Jam stages, Rosenberg crossed some lines when he called the female rapper out to the crowd.
Now hold on, before I get to the real hip-hop of the day, because I see the real hip-hop heads sprinkled in here. I see them. I know there's some chicks here waiting to sing Starships later. I'm not talking to y'all right now. That bullshit. I'm here to talk about real hip-hop. People are here to see A$AP Rocky today. People here to see Schoolboy Q on this stage. That's the shit I represent.
But he didn't just stop at that. Rosenberg further attacked Minaj on the Cypher Sounds and Rosenberg's show.
About my girl. I've talked about her before. I got to bring her up again. My girl, Nicki Minaj, man. Nicki loves reminding us every chance she gets that she's a, quote, underground rapper from Queens. And for us hardcore hip-hop fans, I think it warms our collective heart when we hear something like that, you know? Because don't get it twisted. She is real hip-hop. She's from Queens, the birthplace of Run DMC and Nas. So sure, yeah, she rolls with Young Money now. And yeah, she's appeared on Ellen as many times as she's appeared on... Yo, what the F kind of done language is that?
I don't know what that is.
Is that Nicki Minaj or Katy Perry? I mean, no disrespect to Nicki Minaj.
Except full disrespect.
But it was nice having you in hip-hop. I'm not saying Nicki's not a rapper or that she can't rap, because the opposite is true. By nature, she is an incredibly talented rapper. But I am a hip-hop head, and to be frank, this song right here, Starship, is literally one of the most sellout songs in hip-hop.
Minaj fans immediately took to social media to berate him, and Minaj pulled out of her performance at Summer Jam. The bad blood lasted until May 2013 when Minaj came to the Hot 97 studio to make an Uneasy piece.
I was always like, I wonder if Nicki knows that she's come up every day in my life for 350 days. Like, to the point that where Starships got played at my wedding, and it was like the biggest deal at my wedding was Starships playing at my wedding.
Yeah, you know, this is the thing. Like, in hindsight, I should have just come and, like, I told Ebro this, I should have just did the show. Because I've never allowed anyone to, no matter what I've gone through personally or whatever professionally, I've never allowed that to make me let my fans down. And even if it wasn't a Nicki Minaj fan, just a fan in general, somebody that was there that paid to see the show. I think in hindsight, I should have just came out because it's my hometown, especially. And you know, they shouldn't have been brought into whatever we were going through. And so I wish I would have come out and did the show. And I apologize for not coming out and doing the show because they had nothing to do with that. You know what I mean? So, you know what? Like, I get it. Like, that's what you do. I guess to me, I just don't know your resume. You know what I'm saying? So I never found you funny. I never found you entertaining. I never found you smart. I just found you annoying. But like with you, I was just like, who are you? To me, you don't have enough of a resume to make those comments. But, you know, you did. And I took a lot of shit from people, from men who didn't want me to realize my own worth, who didn't want me to know the truth about like who I was and how good I was. Like I had people literally like speak to labels that wanted to sign me and wouldn't tell me, and I just dealt with a lot of stuff from guys. And I think that being white also struck a chord with me, if I'm being honest, because I was like, yo, he's on a black station dissing black people. Like I just didn't like the feel of it. But, and you know what else? Like, I was thinking, like, those pop stations and stuff like that, like, they don't really get on there and, like, blast the pop artists like that.
But they don't have a culture like that. We have a hip-hop is a culture we love.
It's so different.
And by the way, who am I going to diss if not black people? I'm on a hip-hop station. I have to diss black people sometimes. If I diss white rappers...
Absolutely not. You watch your mouth, sir.
You only want me to go at Mac Miller? I mean, who am I going to go
at?
Mac
Lemore.
And Mac
We have plenty of artists now.
Lil Wayne. After the incident with Nicki Minaj at Summer Jam, Lil Wayne publicly criticized Rosenberg and Hot 97, supporting Minaj and questioning the station's treatment of artists. Lil Wayne was with her during the incident, and he was the one that pulled her from performing immediately after Rosenberg spit his remarks about Starship. Later, Lil Wayne revealed that his intention behind his action was to honor Nicki Minaj's feelings of being disrespected. He said Minaj was disrespected not just as an artist, but as a woman.
Plus, you know, you had to make an executive decision all about respect, you know. Just break it down to people. What were you thinking as an executive?
First of all, I approach the situation like this. That's a female. First and foremost, Nicki Minaj is a female. I don't know what anyone else believes, but I believe females deserve the ultimate respect at all times, no matter what, when, or where, or how. And so as soon as she called me and told me she felt disrespected, I just declined everything. I pulled her from the show because first of all, no person that works with me, because no one works for me. No person that works with me will be disrespected in my presence as long as I'm on this planet. And like I said, she's a female first and foremost, so I expect the red carpet. I mean, in her manner, the pink carpet to be laid out for her. You know what I mean? But you know, just like you said, and like I said, it's just an executive move. No bad feelings, no hard feelings. It's just, like I said, in my opinion, she said she was disrespected. That's a woman. I feel like a woman's supposed to be respected at all times. Therefore, I believe I made the right decision.
Well, listen, Wayne is right about something. Women are mothers, are sisters, are daughters. But I have a question. Is me giving my opinion that one song is whack, is that showing a lack of respect for women? Or is he saying that even a professional woman cannot handle criticism because women are too delicate?
Rosenberg went on to play a slew of misogynistic lyrics from Wayne, including 6 Foot, 7 Foot, where Wayne raps, "Hoes gonna be hoes." The Hot 97 personality also questioned Nicki Minaj's dedication to respect for women, playing a clip of the song "Stupid Hoe."
I don't know if Wheezy F should be giving me lessons on respect for women. Wheezy F, the F doesn't stand for feminist, all right? And I was a women's studies minor, for God's sake.
Why?
That's a long story. I'll deal with that another day. But listen, this is about respect.
It's obvious from the comments made by Lil Wayne that when someone messes with one of his artists, he is gonna step in. Jason Lee. The beef between Jason Lee and Peter Rosenberg stems from a comment that Lee made on social media about an interview with Karen Civil. Jason Lee said that the Hot 97 team did lazy journalism work and basically called the show out for being bad at their job. In a private DM between the two, Rosenberg and Lee have worked. Jason Lee decided to air out Peter Rosenberg and his show on Drink Champs.
Peter Rosenberg hits me.
Really?
And goes,
that nigga got a question for me?
No, he ain't.
I know he ain't got a question for me.
Right. So he goes,
let me take my glasses off.
So he goes, which I didn't know. Because even when I Googled you, that didn't pop up.
Oh, yeah.
Like that y'all have problems.
Well, because he's not important. So, I mean, here's the deal, right? You Google me, you see my interview with Ye, 3 billion impressions. You know, you see me hanging out with Rihanna. Mm-hmm. She's a god. Mm-hmm. You see me. I mean, all the people that I associate with are relevant. Okay. Peter Rosenberg, a privileged ass white boy who grew up in the suburbs, got a job talking about hip hop and became some guru that knows hip hop songs. You're not black. And you know the problem that I have with Peter Rosenberg, before we get into all the details, because I got all the tea, put all the screenshots because I didn't know where you was going to go today. Mm-hmm. You know what's so crazy? I've looked at this in his face and told him he was full of shit. What? Why are you playing around on my playground? The internet is my playground. I can make him my bitch because the problem now that he has a problem with me, is that now all the little shit he ever did, if he ever wore a skirt, if he ever fucked some other bitch, whatever he's ever done is going to come out. Mm-hmm. Why get in a fight with me? I'm the Floyd Mayweather of the internet. Woo. But see, what happened was he chose one day to wake up in his tired ass bed with his tired ass life, looking at his stupid ass dog on his way to his tired ass job. Hot 97 ain't been hot since 97.
And you know what's crazy? Hold
on, you know what's crazy?
I ain't gonna run. We never had a dog this before.
You know what's crazy?
The man just did it.
You know what's crazy? I be
minded. Didn't do anything to anybody, bro.
That dog.
Jason Lee continued to check Peter Rosenberg after the Drink Champs interview on his own platform, Hollywood Unlocked.
It's very clear to me that you have a hard-on for me in Hollywood Unlocked for whatever reason. And again, I'll say it to your face because I know this is going to reach you. You're a coward. And I think that if you had the courage to have all that energy with Karen there, let me come back to Hot 97 and sit down with you and have that courage in my face. And I'm going to tell you, whoever listens to Hot 97 in New York, I don't know how many people do. I mean, we post Funk Flex more than we post you guys. This is a loser show, in my opinion, to have this lazy of a conversation about something that had a direct impact on the culture. 1.2 million people were cut off from information about how young black men and women were being attacked by police, how gay kids were being harassed and killing themselves as a result of being gay, and also how things were happening in pop culture that they love to read about every day. And it was bigger than that. There were employees impacted by that. We were impacted by that. But as an employee, Peter, you don't understand that.
Chuck D. In 2014, Public Enemy's Chuck D criticized Hot 97 Rosenberg for their promotion of mainstream hip-hop, which he felt was damaging to the culture. Chuck D also lashed out at the station regarding the Summer Jam concert, calling it a sloppy fiasco of hip-hop culture in a tweet due to the use of the N-word and the lack of New York representation at the festival. On Hot 97's web series, The Realness, Rosenberg responded to the rap legend by stating how much he respects Chuck for his contributions to hip-hop, but then Rosenberg accused him of trolling.
Rosenberg, it's been real for I don't know, 5 days with Mr. Chuck D, one of our elders in hip-hop, coming at our neck. Check that real.
Chuck D has been going hard at Ebro, myself, and Hot 97. And let me just say this. Chuck D is the man. His contributions to hip-hop are beyond explanation. He's one of the most important musical influences in my, Ebro, and many other hip-hop heads' lives. Now, since Summer Jam, he has been on an endless Twitter rant trying to tear down Hot 97, blaming us for everything, from the downfall of hip-hop to the proliferation of the N-word to the number of black men in the prison system, you name it. Now, listen, Chuck, I respect the hell out of you, but you, sir, are trolling. And you are above that. First of all, Chuck D has always hated radio. He hated BLS.
Radio suckers never play me.
He hated BLS and Kiss when they were black owned. And now you hate Hot 97. Hip hop's doing pretty well. Last time I checked, we have some amazing artists out there selling tons of albums. Last time I checked, there are 2 tours coming to New York and selling out football stadiums with hip hop. Not too bad. Now, is hip-hop perfect? Absolutely not.
Has it ever been?
But was it perfect when Chuck D was active in the game? Absolutely not. And lastly, 2 things. And this first one's going to upset some people, all right? Chuck D, no one elected you president of hip-hop. We love you. You're a forefather of this game. You contributed, but we did not elect you president of this culture, all right? No one owns hip-hop. I don't own hip-hop. Ebro doesn't own hip-hop. Hot 97 doesn't own hip-hop. It's a collective culture, and we all do our best to support it. Speaking of which, last thing, Chuck, what are you doing to support this culture besides tweeting confusing message in 140 characters or less? Are you going out to shows? Because we're out at shows booking new artists every single day, working with them, getting them on the festival stage, getting them on the main stage and building artists. What are you doing?
Chuck D went back to Twitter to reply to Rosenberg, calling him a social media troll. Chuck also responded to Rosenberg and the situation on stage at Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing event. Check it out.
The word sloppy, maybe it hurts more. We're at a time where black has become a curse word and niggas is all right. When did that all of a sudden become the one-word anthem for black people? Reverse your thinking. I ain't trying to change the world with that. It's the behavior, the endorsement, and financing behind it. So all I said, you are not going to have 4 hours in a stadium because you're where hip-hop lives, where everybody's spitting the word and nothing else to a half a stadium full of white folk. You're not doing that in New York. And if you think it's all right, that fight the power ain't your fight. I want to see their owners and make it uncomfortable when they in the breakfast table, drinking their coffee, gulping on that shit, spitting it out. Oop, or the problem with the Negroes. And John Wayne.
Joe Budden. Next up is Joe Budden. The beef between Rosenberg and Budden has been going off and on for a while and has a few boiling points. The origin of the beef probably stemmed from Rosenberg feeling unappreciated for helping Joe set up his first podcasting studio and basically being a bad friend. Joe apparently did not give Rosenberg much credit or respect for his contributions and their relationship off air. The bad blood seems to be an accumulation of small events over time until another situation arose, igniting the long-lasting feelings between the two hosts. When Logic covered Ice Cube's Today Was a Good Day, the internet had a lot to say, but one person's criticism was the loudest, and that's Joe Budden. The podcast host made it evidently clear that he was not feeling Logic's cover of the iconic record, specifically his use of the N-word.
Logic, I beg of you, I'm pleading with you, please join me in retirement. Never step near a recording device again. Throw your phone in the ocean. Be allergic to microphones. Promise your fans nothing. Don't go to the studio ever again. You are the worst, yo. You are really, really bad. And then when we think he can't get any worse, you have the bright idea of doing an Ice Cube flip.
Springing to Logic's defense, Rosenberg brought up the DMV rapper's plethora of career accolades and argued that he doesn't need to listen to Budden's advice. Then Joe Budden goes onto Twitter and tweets this response. The next altercation between the two came when Budden decided to feature Candace Owens on his platform. There was some back and forth between the three podcasters on Twitter and social media, but we can also trace the beef back to when Budden's rap career was still active. In 2016, when Budden walked out of this interview on Hot 97. This was the same time that Rosenberg was looking for some credit for helping Joe get his studio set up, but Budden wasn't giving him anything except a cold shoulder.
I treat people bad that care about me.
Yes.
That's Peter's sentiment.
You heard that. That is, I feel very strongly about that. And you're not the only person I know like that. You push people away. The people who really love you, it kind of
like Peter and Marissa.
Yes.
You don't shut the up with this.
Bro, I've been a friend through your annoyingness for many years. You've been a dick to me for many years. This didn't just start. You can be a dick often. That's part of your personality. I always call you Surly Joe. It's who you are.
I don't think that you guys are able to have an objective conversation, number one. Number two, this podcast conversation is not a conversation I care to have, especially not early in the morning. Number three, if Peter and or Marissa feel away, then there are other mediums for that to be discussed if it's going to be discussed at all. Number four, I certainly didn't get out of my bed away from a beautiful, soft woman to come up here.
That doesn't even count. You have a beautiful, soft woman in your bed every single day. Yeah, that's just called your pillow. You have a pillow every night, Joe.
We're not here for this. This is very minuscule. This is very minor. on the grand scheme of things.
Interpersonal relationships are what endear.
It's another disrespectful thing to say.
Interpersonal relationships, which you write about in your music, which is what the Joe Budden brand is built on.
Not on the new album.
Well, yeah, but
Raising
people
the
ain't
Shame.
heard that yet.
Coming soon.
They ain't heard that yet.
Yeah, September.
Hopefully people will care. Hopefully people will care, and like I've always done, I'll hopefully try to help you make people care, right?
You have. Thank you for that. See, that's help. Not finding a studio for a rapper.
There's on the spectrum. On the spectrum of help.
That's your man, so you can't say.
Did I tell you about the time? The time I called him and said, "Hey, I'm getting a job at ESPN. Maybe we should do a show together." And like, no, seriously, I want to bring you in to do that. And he said, and he honestly said, appreciate the honesty, but he was like, schedule-wise, I just don't know that's the kind of thing I could commit to. But like, ESPN is obviously the second biggest thing I've ever had in my life. And the first person that I wanted to call to say, would you be interested in sharing this opportunity was Joe. Appreciate your honesty. I wasn't hurt by it, but I'm just saying, don't act as if you're not someone who I prioritize and think of an important way.
Let me wrap this interview up. What's the album called? Because the album's called what? Rage and the Machine.
Bro, I feel like...
How does Zach De La Rocha feel about this?
Just chat.
From Rage Against the Machine.
I don't know how he feels, bro.
He's a nice guy. You guys should consult him and maybe put him on a record, but I'm just saying he's a great guy.
Next time I come here for an interview, send my manager the talk points. Because this is a complete... I'm serious.
That's never happened with a Joe Budden interview where he's been like, yo, send me the talking points before I get there.
Well, now you can do that from here on out.
Because I didn't know that this would be an utter complete waste of time.
You should have known that. That's crazy.
No, it was not a waste of time.
We talked about Drake for 10 minutes or 5 minutes. Then we talked about the album for 30
we played
seconds.
your song.
And then we talked about Marissa and Peter for...
Well, what else should we talk about? You want to talk about beats? You want to talk about snares and hi-hats?
I want you to talk about something compelling.
You want me to pull A-Rab up and talk about the Renaissance, the MPC Renaissance?
Yo, what software you want, A-Rab?
You like the 3000
Let's
or
talk
you like
software.
the Renaissance? Which one? You got the new plugins?
You got the new plugins? Yo, A-Rab, you got the new plugins? It's lit.
Yo, the bar you spit. Yo, this pattern you used.
Hey, yo, rap fans, by the way, Ebro's mocking you how much y'all ever want to hear about every little bar that gets talked about.
Percussion, the way you used your voice like a drum and the percussion and fell in the pocket at the end, so it was hard. It was hard. I'm telling you, it was hard.
I want to thank all of you for your time. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Marissa. Thank you, Peter. And thank you, Ebro. Thank you, Board Guy, for the sound effects. Thank you, Deani.
Damn, Shawnee.
Man.
See, super producer Shawnee. Super producer Shawnee, dude.
Thank you, Board Man, with your little effects.
No, it was Rosenberg right there.
Charlamagne. Rosenberg got into another beef with a rival radio show host from Power 105, Charlamagne. Their beef first began on the grounds of competition, but it soon got a little personal.
I mean, frankly, they've been talking about us for a long time. Like, you have to realize they built their show off of inopportune things that happened to us. They took those opportunities, were incredibly cheap and below the belt, which I knew that's how Charlamagne got down. You know, on the one level you respect it, on another level you're like, come on, man, like you have sometimes a serious lack of respect for the game. But we knew that would happen. And so after this happened, the Summer Jam, and they just go in again, it was like, you know what? Be clear. Hot 97 kind of fathered this. We fathered this. You guys can say, yo, Flex is on the video this is what killed me. On the video with Vlad that someone sent me today. Thank you, by the way, if you ever sent that. He says this whole thing about how Flex is in hip hop clubs, and that's sad. He said, I want to sell out. Who said, I want to sell out. I want to cross over. That's corny that you say that. I'm here right now hosting this Rock the Bells tonight. Yeah, I might get paid when I do their shows. Tonight I'm DJing and hosting, doing shit for free. This is what I like to do. And whether I cross over, I do a game show, as you know, you came to the taping. As you know, I do a game show. I still have time to do the shit I love. That's why I worked at Hot 97. We all grew up dreaming of being at Hot 97. You did too. You just didn't make it there, so you went to our garbage pail kid down the street. You know what I'm saying? We got our chapter in history is like this. You're trying to make a chapter in history and you're doing it based on lies. So make up text messages, whatever you want to say. You will, but you won't have a hip hop conversation with me because no matter what you say, in the meatpacking district, I don't go there. I'm doing a birthday party July 26th at Best Buy Theater with Odd Future and Raekwon the Chef. I'm not going to be at the meatpacking district with a bunch of skinny white girls. That's not how I do. God bless you if that's how you do. But a lot of us really care about the hip hop. So you making that your claim that you want to sell out, and it's sad that we do hip hop. It's sad that you would say that.
Rosenberg took to Twitter in 2016 to voice his displeasure with Charlamagne hanging out with conservative talk show host Tommy Lauren. You may recall that Tommy has had very negative things to say about President Obama, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Black Lives Matter, and the shootings of unarmed black men. After TMZ caught up with Charlamagne and Tommy looking extremely friendly, Rosenberg questioned CTG's place in the culture. Rosenberg further explained his issue, saying that a meeting with Tommy wasn't needed and never will be. Charlamagne visited a Joe Budden podcast and didn't really get too fired up about it. He basically just brushed Peter Rosenberg off as needy.
My issue with the entire Ebro and Peter.
Oh, he's another one. That's ridiculous. He's another one that's ridiculous.
And that really,
I'm gonna tell you, okay, I'll tell you another story, which I don't even understand, and that's why I ignored him. Before the election, he's sending me texts like, "Yo, we need to come together and
Peter."
Yeah,
that sounds right.
And
okay.
Go against Donald Trump.
Okay.
Why do I need you to go against Donald Trump?
There's power numbers.
What are you talking about? But why would you want to ride with a mother claim to hate? That's what I don't be understanding. That shit is
I'm not mad at that one.
Is it radio hate or is it?
No, I'm not mad.
I don't know what it is.
I think it's probably just
listen,
competition.
If I saw Flex out or Mr. C, I wouldn't even speak to them. I damn sure wouldn't ask them for no picture.
Well,
I damn sure wouldn't send them no email and be like, "Yo, let's work together against Donald."
Might be
Funkmaster Flex. The Hot 97 host beef didn't end with rappers or rival radio hosts from other shows. He also had an internal beef with his Hot 97 colleague, Funkmaster Flex, in 2022. It all began with Rosenberg responding to calling Flex for what he termed as fabricated beef. Funk Flex has been openly critical of Travis Scott, saying that the rapper stole much of his repertoire from A$AP Rocky. Rosenberg told his viewers he felt Funk Flex was creating fake news to grab headlines, with his Travis comments having no substance behind them whatsoever. Rosenberg voiced his opinion on the air at Hot 97.
So the reason it bothered me, Ebro, is just Flex, just to get conversation going on his Instagram, is basically trying to create a divide between two awesome, important, great artists. I just didn't understand the point of it. This whole thing of nah, name names. Why? Why are you? What's the point of this? I just don't get it. For what purpose? Rocky's doing great. Travis doing great.
Funk Flex used his time slot on Hot 97 to respond directly to Rosenberg. He tried to make Rosenberg feel little by reminding the viewers that he was helping create a buzz around the city when Rosenberg was a mere intern. Flex also took aim at all his detractors by taking credit for building the Hot 97 brand from scratch on his own back.
For you, Mr. Rosenberg, to speak in that morning on a hip-hop show, I want to start by saying that. Not me, but them. And when Father's Day comes around this year, you should make sure you send me a Father's Day card, because you are my son. But you know what I don't respect about you? You say you're about the culture and you're about the music, but you don't even show up for your own radio show on Sunday night to play them records that you say, that culture that you love. If you love it so much, show up and play the music. But nah, the culture that you scream. You know what culture you scream? I'm gonna tell you what it is. You scream that culture and you're used to putting your name on something and not doing the work. That's what you do on Sunday night. And I peep you, and I lost respect for you when you say you about this culture and this music, because you ain't. The day you feel you can question me, being where you're from, Chevy Chase, Maryland, from Bethesda High School, graduated in 98, you ain't got no word in this city. It's my city. Any of you radio personalities think you want smoke? Call me Mr. Chimney. I want smoke. You know why? Because you don't work hard as me, bruh. You're a sidekick in this city. Sidekick in the morning, sidekick on your own show. On Complex, you look like a sidekick. Tell Complex to cut me a check tomorrow, because I made you madder tonight.
Despite a resume filled with impressive achievements, it's clear that Hot 97's Peter Rosenberg still finds it hard to stay away from beef between himself and his peers. What do you think of Rosenberg? Is he a part of the culture as he claims to be? Or is he just a guest who got lucky to have a part in the hip-hop community? We hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you like this type of content, make sure to check out these other videos. Help us out by dropping a comment or liking and sharing this with your friends. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for new content every week, and as always, we will see you in the next one.